I've been studying these connectors. One was a K5 and one is the Hudson Northern. I think this is a Hudson actually, but it would be the same for the Northern. And I got a sketch of the dimensions, and I went into my CAD file and I modified the connector that I had, which was remarkably dumb. It was way too short and it was a total arc. You know, I was pulling up at a 45-degree angle actually. So now I'm going to have this piece. This is inverted, by the way. This is the bottom. There's going to be the big screw head is going to fit flush. So we'll flip this over. We'll bolt this up to the tender body, and we'll bolt this up to about approximately where the drawbar would be across the cab, okay? And then I'm going to test to see if it pulls straight and it doesn't lift and push down and whatnot. And then I'll put it on the track and I'll push and pull and see how that works. And if it looks promising, then I'll go ahead and try run it. And we'll see if this helps. Now this is going to be a lot longer. That's part of the problem is it's going to be 22 meters. And the other one was sort of like 12, so it's longer, okay? We'll see how it works. If it works, I may try to shorten it up and see if I can get away with a little shorter grab and pull the tender closer and see if the straightness of the connector actually makes the difference or not. And then I'll go from all of that, I'll go from there. If I need to lengthen the wiring, it's a pain, but it's not that bad, okay? And what I could do is try to go back to a 4-pin connector and use flex wire for the last, you know, all the coupling area. See how that works. And I do want to modify the clamp. I'm going to make the clamp longer. See if I can get my cursor. Here we go. I'm going to make the clamp longer, and also put a little lip on the outer end, so as it reaches out to the end of the connector, it's going to come down on it and maybe in from the side, so it actually captures it so it can't unplug without this thing being removed. And if I do make it longer, I'll probably have to use 2 screw holes. That's not a big deal, right? One to locate it, one to hold it, one to locate it. That'll be working. And that way you add it up. You're going to push the wires out to the side, or into the center actually, snug them up, and then go to see how that works with the longer connector and everything working. Then I can go to the flex wire and, as a last alternative, put in a real service loop and flexible wire, and we'll see how that works. Another option I have is to bring, if this is flipped over, right, so the wire is going to come along here and go up, I could bring the wire out and then bring it into a sharper up and actually tie wrap it here, so that when it goes up here, the pivot point is all right in there. I'm not sure that's going to work because of if these wires are too stiff, that's too short of a radius. It may not make it. I don't know. Well, we'll see. It'll play out. I'm printing this part right now. It's a 7-minute print. As you can see, it's not a very big part. I'm hoping that 2 millimeters will be enough of a strength. I'll check it and make sure it is. I'll do lots of testing before I call it quits, but I really want to get this thing nailed. Oh, yes, I have a quick show and tell here. I modified my speaker base. As you can see, the speaker fits right up to the edge. And how I did that was I created it like an ice cream cone. You know, it shouldn't be like that. It will be like that. It's on a wedge shape, okay? So it fits within see that? It fits within the sides. And I went to a 1 size smaller speaker. It's the same exact speaker, it's just down like 1 millimeter smaller. So it's not that bad. It shouldn't be that bad. We have good sound now. So I got to get the base a little tighter fit, and that way it'll work. It'll fit nicer. It'll fit inside all the way to the back. You can see I got a little slop so I can pull it forward, but if I push it, it goes all the way back, no problem. And this is the ground out one, but the modified one should be the same. And then it'll fit up on top of here, and we should be good to go. What I'm going to do with these guys, I'm going to probably shorten the slot on the inside, kind of make it narrower, give me a little more meat, and I'm going to put my connector pickup right at that where that T like is. If I can point this out, I'm going to put the connector right there. Don't want to confuse you. Right there. I think that's the best. That's where it is on all the others. So I'm going to shorten this up, make this a more solid area, give that a little thickness, and then I'll press in from the bottom, and it'll be a hole here and a hole here, and it'll come up between the two, and it'll be melted in. So it'll be firmly attached to the frame, chassis frame, and that will hold. That will hold. Then I've got this guy on top of that. He's pushed forward, so this thing can be converted. This thing has work on it. So, you know, the final throws, it seems like what they used to say, the last 10% takes, 80% of the work or something like that. But you can get far fast on big chunks, like moving dirt, but when you get down to adding details and functions, it tends to slow down quickly, and it has. But we're going to get through this. I do have the flex wire. Oh boy, I'm getting down low. I may have to order another roll. That's a 24 gauge flex wire. We use that mostly for the motors, sometimes for the smoke. Here you can see the motor gets flex wire when it comes in. Because it's the motor, you want to be able to go. I was impressed when I ran the mock-up train that I had a couple days ago. I ran it down the backstretch and juiced it, 18 volts, and boy, did it take off. And I want to say, it is a smooth runner. Yeah, it's a smooth running engine. I feel very confident in the engine. I got to get these nits out of my hair. It makes me nuts. I don't have any hair, but you see, I don't have any hair, so. All right, I'm gonna have to clean this nerd off the end of my nozzle. This is how we clean. This is my nozzle cleaning operation here. I need a robot arm to do that, Every time the nozzle comes over, just give it a little scrape. Nerds come off. It oozes at this temperature, and then the oozing just sort of collects on the tip. And if you don't clean it right before you start, that can sometimes get inside in the center of your part and cause problems. I've had it cause real problems occasionally, but we'll be fine. Okay, I get breaks over, back to work. I'm going to work on something else while that's printing. It's only going to take 7 minutes, so it should be quick. Okay, later.